Welcome to the CBQ Legacy 2023 Best of Awards. And here's your hosts, EvilJeff and Brett.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Thank you. Enough with the applause. Thank you. Bring it down.
Thank you so much for having the two of us together to present these awards. Some might say it's a predictable combination of people, and I am one of them.
And I am the other. It's been 2023. Crazy year, wouldn't you say?
What a year. What a year. This was a year that started with the Sins of Sinister.
Yes.
We had the X-Men and Captain Marvel fight the Brood, and Jean and Scott fight over the Brood.
And then it ends with the fall of the X-Men.
Ends with the fall of the X-Men. It ends with Emma Frost marrying Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
Oh my God, so much happened. We had Titans and Doom Patrol leave us.
Yes. And we had many hot characters that we wanted to enter us.
Correct. There were so many comic book, fantasy, and sci-fi movies and comic books and TV shows to talk about, and we will. But first, EvilJeff, I want to kind of turn the camera towards our non-comic book arts and media, namely the movies.
Yeah, because you know what? We're fucking humans. We don't, we're not robots that just watch comic book stuff. We like other things.
That's right. We have taste.
Yeah.
Outside of comic books.
Exactly.
Especially if it's a campy, melodramatic, dare I say, comedic thriller, featuring two tour de force performances by two of our favorite middle-aged actresses.
That's right.
Yes, of course. So we just really want to use this segment to talk about May, December, okay?
Yes, that's who we are giving the awards of our favorite non-comic book movie of the year. We are giving it to May, December, which you can watch now on Netflix.
On Netflix, which is good for some things sometimes. May, December is one of those things.
Yes, of course, this movie is directed by one of my favorite directors of all time, Todd Haynes. He got his start by doing a movie called Superstar, the Karen Carpenter story told with Barbie dolls. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that?
No, I have not.
It's amazing. The Barbie doll, he whittles the Barbie doll away with like he whittles her away as she gets thinner and thinner. and it's just the Barbies acting, and it's just like, Karen, what are these laxatives for? I'm constipated. Liar! Like, it's great. It's great.
That's his first movie. I have to see this.
Yes. It's hard to find because Barbie sued him. So he re-edited it as an educational movie on bulimia.
Oh my God, yes.
So it's hard to find. I think it might be like on YouTube or something. He also did the movie Safe with Julianne Moore.
Yes.
He did the movie Poison.
She's highly allergic. Yes,
which won the Palme d'Or. He did Far From Heaven with Julianne Moore. He
loves Julianne Moore.
Carol, everyone's favorite lesbian movie with Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara. I love this man. The thing that's great about him is he delves into whatever genre the movie should be in. He just dives headfirst into the genre. And he was doing an homage to Douglas Sirk movies for Far From Heaven. The genre he's doing for May, December, Lifetime movie. And he goes
melodrama
headfirst. I don't think I'll ever look for hot dogs the same way ever again.
One of the best moments in the movie happens up front where, I've never seen a tone be set so clearly and deliberately in my life when you think it's kind of like they're playing it straight so far. The opening lines of the movie, they really don't give you much need for pause or laughter. But then after some dialogue, there is this stinger of music that is just like dun dun.
And a zoom in, a stinger of music, a zoom in to her fridge. And Julianne Moore just goes, I don't think we have enough hot dogs.
In the script, I read the script page from it. In the script, it says her face, like something overcomes her face. The realization that something horrible is about to happen is written all over her face. And then the line she utters is, I don't think we have enough hot dogs.
Yeah.
The whole script is subtext.
I burst out laughing and I just turned to Joe and I was like, I'm going to love this. I love this movie.
I already love this movie. I mean, it was heartbreaking. It was endearing. Todd Haynes managed to make melodrama feel subdued and balanced, which is a feat.
And I think that's the trick, is when you're dealing, if people don't know what May December is about, it's very much the what's her name? Mary Jo Letourneau?
Mary Kay
Letourneau, where it's a woman who is a teacher who had an affair with her 12-year-old student and then was arrested. But when she got out of jail, she married him. And so this is kind of like that, where this is a woman where she meets a 12-year-old in a pet store and they start an affair. And the guy is her son's best friend. And it's now years later and they are married and they have children. And so this is like a 36-year-old who now has an 18-year-old and like a 21-year-old. And his kids are all about to leave to go off to college. And he's just going to be alone with his predator wife.
And the he we're talking about is played by Charles Melton, who does this incredible job of portraying a man whose entire adolescence was kind of stolen away from him.
Yeah, and the whole premise of this is Natalie Portman plays like kind of a bad TV actress that's coming to study them because she's going to do a movie version of their story. And as she comes there, when you first see it, you're like, oh, I guess they're happy. But you start, and I think the thing that's smart about this movie is Charles Melton's character is kind of in the background in the beginning. But the more he starts to come forward, you slowly see like, oh, he's still a 12-year-old. He's never grown up. And it is heartbreaking that he is a dad. And you see him with his 18-year-old kids that are totally adults and he's still not grown up. It's a heartbreaking performance. Oh.
It's fantastic. It is the movie of the year, and it better win everything.
Also, Charles Melton, he is wearing a prosthetic penis, but it's still really hot.
Oh, yes. All right. Thank you, May December.
Yeah, win the Oscars for Charles Melton and Natalie Portman, I say.
All of them, for the script, for the direction, all of it. Best Picture? But now it is time to talk about the two things that are in our title: comic books and queer stuff.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready, yes.
What category encapsulates the spirit of the Comic Book Queers Legacy Awards more so than best queer character from either a comic book, a movie, or a TV show?
Okay. I think
we have a top three, don't we?
I did not do a top three.
You did not do a top three.
I actually was having some trouble. I realized like I was kind of disappointed with a lot of the queer characters, because when I was thinking of the queer characters, I'm like, they weren't really my favorite thing though. And so I only have one, and I feel like it might be surprising. I don't think you're going to have it.
Okay. What?
I have the character of Jordan Lee from Gen V.
Oh, I like this.
This is a not even non-binary, a bi-binary, whose powers are they can change from male to female. So when they're a female, they're a lesbian. When they're male, they're
super binary.
But I found this character so interesting. It's very commenting on the roles of gender and all of that stuff. And also it's a really cool character. And I really like the character where you can tell they're very like, I like that they're very broody. And also I love an enemies to lover romance. So, and they're played by Derek Luh and London Thor, played the same character as the boy and the girl. And I really love Gen V. And so I was just really digging it. I'm interested to hear who you have, because I was running. There's another person that I could put in this list, but I have them in a different category. So I kind of didn't want to spoil that category. So I'm going to save that. So you know what I did?
All right. I basically gave best queer character to a 4-way tie, because I thought 2023 was the age of lesbian love. And so Betsy, Rachel, Mystique, and Destiny, you are my queer characters of the year, because your love prevailed.
I feel that I couldn't give it to Destiny again because we gave her all the love last year, I believe it was.
Yeah, but we just found out she's Nightcrawler's real mother, so...
True. And I will say Betsy and Rachel, I thought of them, but I looked back and I'm like, I don't know. In the end, I feel like all of that. What was that? What was that book?
Knights of X.
But then it was
Betsy
Captain
Braddock,
Britain.
Captain Britain.
Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain. It wasn't as memorable to me, so I just felt like they didn't deserve it.
It was really more where they wound up at the end of that series, kind of like traipsing across the multiverse together.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if that's their ultimate fate, then I love it. What a wonderful ending for those two.
Yeah.
And they're going to return in Dead X-Men, which we're very excited about.
Dead X-Men.
Okay. Let's go to our next category, which is Best Queer IRL. So our best person on the LGBTQ spectrum in real life.
Okay.
Who do you got?
I feel like sometimes there's someone where it's not even necessarily that I am like obsessed or love this person, but it's like the importance that they are queer.
Yeah.
And as someone who just came out, that's right, I'm putting Billie Eilish just came out of the closet. She now says, I'm all about the ladies. She won't label it if she's a lesbian or bi or whatever, but she just says, I'm all about the ladies. And she's mad.
She's going through a girl phase.
She got mad when people asked about it. And she's like, isn't it obvious that I look like a lesbian? Which I'm like, well, okay, you got us.
I mean, touche, Billie Eilish.
But I do feel as one of the most popular, important pop stars right now, having that person be out and queer and it kind of having no effect of their popularity, I think that is monumentous and I love it. Billie Eilish, again, music, I'm not really downloading all of her songs. She's not like my favorites. I have a few. She's not, it's fine. But she's not my cup of tea. But I love it. Who do you have?
I was thinking about giving it to Sufjan Stevens, who revealed not only that he's gay, but all of his music was to his dead partner.
Yeah, that's so sad.
My God, what a story. I also was thinking of giving it to Troye Sivan just because he gave us Rush, which I really think was like the most iconic.
You know what? Honestly, he deserves to be up there too, because as someone who can break the pop barrier as openly queer and their songs are about doing poppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I gave it to Sasha Colby. Sasha Colby is my best queer in real life.
Love me a Sasha Colby. I also had on my list is Kit Connor and Joe Locke from Heartstopper.
Yes.
I just love them.
By the way, Joe Locke making his Broadway debut January 31st here in New York in Sweeney Todd. Can't wait.
As the kid?
No. Yeah, as the kid. Yeah. Not as Sweeney Todd.
As Angela Lansbury's character.
Yes. Sasha Colby, I mean, our first trans Drag Race winner.
No, of the main season.
Of the main season.
Sonique Love. Kylie Sonique.
Yeah.
She won All Stars.
Okay.
You're like, I don't count that.
I don't count that. Sasha Colby, congratulations. Now let's talk about our best 2023 queer moment.
Okay.
So a lot of gay things happened. What was your favorite?
Mine actually just happened this week. Because I'm actually
using bias.
It is true, but I do feel there's some things where it's like important moments in history of Billie Eilish coming out. I think this is an important moment in comic book and a weird sci-fi history.
Okay.
Is Ncuti Gatwa finally appeared as the next Doctor on Doctor Who.
Yes.
So we have a Black gay Doctor Who. And the way people are already angry because I don't know if have you ever watched any Doctor Who?
No, not a minute.
In Doctor Who, he has you know how it's played by a million different people?
Yeah.
In it, like there's a part where he suddenly transforms. There's a thing where he's like, I'm transforming, and he transforms into so most of the series ends with him transforming into the next actor.
Into the next
who plays it.
Yeah.
This one, something happened where he ended up it wasn't working. And he told the two people, he's like, pull on me. And when he pulled, he was split into two.
Oh, wow.
And so it's now two Doctor Who's and people are not happy about it.
Oh, wow.
And it was David Tennant
really cool.
came back to play Doctor Who. So now there's a David Tennant Doctor Who, and
I didn't know that.
And and Ncuti Gatwa is the other Doctor Who, but because they split, they had to kind of share clothes. So his opening scene is just him in tighty whities as the Doctor with beautiful round bubble butt. And just running around being Doctor Who and seeing a black gay guy play Doctor Who. And I'm not even a huge Doctor Who fan, but I think it's very important. So I put that in.
It is important.
Yes.
Next, James Bond.
Oh God, that would be great.
Yeah. Well, my queer moment, it's kind of, again, it's like, pop culture significance. I'm going to the Tonys. I'm going to
that whole thing is gay. That whole thing's a queer
two
moment.
Non-binary actors who were nominated. One, Alex Newell, really does present as female, plays a female role in Shucked, the musical they won for. And J. Harrison Ghee is the star of Some Like It Hot, which has really it used to be about what they called cross-dressing, but now this new iteration of Some Like It Hot is about gender issues and gender fluidity. So they both were in the category of actor, because the category actress is very gender specific, where you can argue actor is not. They're all actors. And they both won. So two non-binary actors winning Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor in a musical at the Tonys this year, I thought.
Yes, I thought that was amazing too. I will see the Independent Spirit Awards came out and they got rid of all the gendered awards. It's all just Best Performance.
Yeah, I noticed that. And
I worry about that. I worry about that because I just, if all the men win, that would bother me. You know what I mean?
The Gotham Awards do that. The Gotham Awards combine male and female actors, and Charles Melton won out of all of them. So sorry, ladies.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I want more awards, not less awards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if there was just enough non-binary people that you could just have a non-binary category?
That would be cool.
But I don't know what the answer is, but I love it. I want awards for everybody. I want awards for everyone.
Well, good. Let's give awards to what we think were the best queer films of 2023.
Okay. All right.
I'll go first. I've been asking you first this entire time, and I feel like it's putting a lot of pressure on you.
Okay.
So this one I've got 3. My number 3, Theater Camp.
Okay.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was different. It was just joyful. It was shot and delivered very differently than I expected. It was funny. It had Jimmy Tatro. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Do you have a number 3?
I don't. I just have
All right,
2.
I'll do my number 2.
I have 2.
Then I'll do my number 2.
All right.
And my number 2 is Dix the Musical.
Oh, you know what? I'll put that as my number 3. I forgot about that. I'll have that be my number 3. Okay.
Okay. So now give us your 2.
My number 2 is the Barbie movie. I'm sorry. I know it says it's not specifically there's a gay person, but that's fucking faggy.
There's Alan.
There is Alan, but the whole Ken musical, that's gay. I'm putting
gay.
that as it's very queer coded. I'm putting that as my number 2 queer movie.
I will allow it.
Actually, my number 1 movie is not is also just queer coded as well.
Oh, really? Because my number 1 is about lesbians as well. Lesbian is my theme of the year, and I'm talking, of course, about Bottoms.
Oh, fuck! Bottoms! You know what? No, Bottoms is my number 3.
Okay.
Bottoms is my number 3. Dix will be my number 4. Barbie is my number 2. My number 1.
What's your 1?
My number 1, it came out in January.
Okay.
So you might not remember. It's Megan. 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 When Megan started dancing around, it exploded the gay community. I think that is one of the best movies of the year. Fucking it changed forever. That is going to show up in drag, in lip sync numbers.
Oh, forget it.
It is
in multiple sequels.
Yes.
In a crossover with Chucky.
Like Megan versus Chucky. When that movie happens, I'm gonna fucking explode in gayness. I'm gonna explode rainbows.
Glitter bomb.
Megan.
Yeah.
Megan had to be my number one. Had to be my number one. Bottoms, if we had to do where no, it had to be about queer people, it would be Bottoms. Bottoms was amazing.
But yeah, both your 2 and 1 are very queer coded. Well, that's it for the queer categories. We're about to enter our favorite superhero and sci-fi and fantasy stuff. But I think a good way to kind of ease into those categories is with this next category, which is Best Binge. What is the thing that once you dove in this year, you just couldn't stop until it forced you to?
Yeah. I have a top 5 for this.
All right, I only have 1.
Oh, you only have 1? Oh,
yes.
We are totally not on the same page.
We are opposite in how we approach these categories. So before you do your top 5, I'll give you my number 1. My number 1 binge of 2023 is the Spider-Man 2 game on PS5.
Oh
my
good
God.
Lord, a video game. How dare you?
This almost took like a spot in Best Movie because the story is so good. The voice acting is so good. And of course, the gameplay is incredible. The Spider-Man games by Insomniac, I think it is, they are the best. And Spider-Man 2, I think, is the best of the best. In this one, you play both as Miles and Peter, and it's incredible.
Nice.
You also play as MJ a lot.
Oh, nice.
Which is slightly not as incredible.
Well, yeah, because she's just like, you hit the jackpot. You have to like keep saying you hit the jackpot over and over again.
You always have to sneak. If you're playing MJ, it's all about sneaking so people don't see you. And it's like, oh, I just want to punch.
I've been playing Super Mario Wonder. I'm now like trying to like 100% it right now. And there's one last level and I can't beat it because it's very hard.
You got it.
I love binging shows and I watch a very plethora of shows. And so this is my chance to really, I had to list a bunch that were just, these are shows where like if I had to wait, I could not wait. As soon as they were released, I had to do it.
Yes,
if they were on, then I had to, but if everything was released, then I watched it all in a row. So at number 5, I put The Other Two.
Yes.
The way to end a series. It's so brilliant. It's so smart. It's so fantastic. Please watch The Other Two. It's over because apparently the 2 writer producers were very problematic and they're probably never going to work again.
So I wonder though, like, talk about the perfect way to end the show. That was the perfect way to end the show, for it to then end and then for it to be tarnished by these stories of this abuse that happened on set. That is the most Other Two thing
especially because it's all stemmed from the 2 actors being bitter because they wanted to be the stars. They wanted to star in it.
Oh my God, the whole thing works. It's so The Other Two.
Yes. The next thing I will list is Heartstopper. I watched it in one fell swoop.
Yep, so did we.
And it's just those 2 characters. I love it. I love where it went in season 2. I will say the last few years I had Never Have I Ever was always on this, but I was a little disappointed in how that ended, even though I did binge that all in one sitting as well. The next one I'm going to put is The Fall of the House of Usher.
Yes, girl.
This shit, it started a little slow where I was like, I don't know. Okay. All right. Then the second one, I'm like, all right, this is fun. By the third one, I was like, I have to know why this is happening. Why is everyone dying? And then by the end, when it is revealed, I was gagged.
It's a rare show that really did lock the dismount.
It's so hard. Most people, and this is one of those things like Ryan Murphy, watch fucking Fall of House of Usher. This is how you end a fucking horror series.
Yes. All the story threads that you've established come to a head.
Yeah, not fall apart.
New ones. Yes.
My number 2 is Poker Face.
Love it.
Poker Face, Natasha Lyonne, one of the best mystery series. I am so jazzed and excited for the second season of this. I fucking love the show. I love that Natasha Lyonne has kind of exploded as this like bright, vibrant person. I really loved Russian Doll, and then the second season shit the bed, so I was like scared.
Yeah.
But now she's back with Poker Face. I fucking love it. And
And plus another great Charles Melton performance.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I mean, he's just has sex, right?
Yeah.
You're like, it is great.
Yeah.
My number one is a show I tried over and over and over to get Brett to watch, and he never did.
Oh, sorry.
He wouldn't watch it. And it is called Only Friends, a Thai BL, which you can watch on YouTube. It is a group of 6 hot as fuck, horny, gay, dysfunctional college friends that are all cheating on each other. And it is the most riveting, sexy, hot romp that I watched this year. It is hot.
Where can people see that?
On YouTube. It's just on YouTube. Literally,
just on YouTube.
Yeah, Only Friends, YouTube. It has hot guys. It has hot sex scenes. It has betrayal. It has cheating. It has everything you want. It's great. It's great. I love it.
Those are some good binges, and some of them may have spilled over into my later lists.
Oh, okay.
Such as a big category.
Yes.
This is our best superhero, fantasy, sci-fi TV shows. I'm going to give you my number 3 first because you just talked about it. My number 3, because I consider it fantasy.
Okay.
Is Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't put. You know what? Yeah. It's weird that I put that in best binge, but I did. I think because I had it in that category, I gave the love to other things.
Yes, I understand. I loved it so much for all the reasons you said. I devoured it. And it defined the Halloween season, which you appreciate as well. Like giving us a good show that was scary during Halloween. Mike Flanagan, thank you once again.
I have a tie for number 3.
Okay.
It's 2 cartoons. And that is Harley Quinn and Invincible.
Yes.
I'm loving Invincible and I'm loving Harley Quinn. I don't know. We've talked about them. I don't know if there's that much more I can say about them, but they just are, they are perfect at what they're aiming to do. They're great.
I completely agree, which is why Harley Quinn is my number 2. It has still some of the best jokes on TV right now.
Yeah.
And it consistently has landed the best jokes over 3 seasons.
My number 2 is one that I was like, oh yeah, I love this. I didn't put it in my best binge, but I did think this was smart and fun. And I felt it was sci-fi enough that I felt it deserved to be there. And that is Mrs. Davis.
Oh, hell yeah. What a good show. What a good show.
Davis. Yes. Superhero nun who used to be a magician was fighting AI. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And is our number one the same?
Is the same as yours. Can we say it on 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Gen V.
Yay.
Gen V. Talk about what a surprise. I will say I watched the first episode and it was a little like heavy on the nudity violence and not heavy enough on the story. So I was like, oh, is this just going to be? But then as soon as they were like, oh, let's concentrate on the characters, it fucking blew up for me.
This show really just did track the relationships of these kind of 6 main characters and stayed focused on those relationships. The sex, the gore, the violence, all of that was backdrop to a great story about 6 characters you really kind of care about. If you like the New Mutants, then you will love Gen V.
Yes, this is the closest to what we want the X-Men to be.
The level of drama and soap operatics.
Yeah, this is getting to what we want the X-Men to be. It was one when, remember that X-Men spinoff TV show? The Gifted. It had so much potential, and then it just kind of got washed away in lore and politics. And it's like, just focus on the characters. It's easy.
It's not hard. Thank you, Gen V. I think you really were one of the best things about the past year.
Yeah.
Which takes us to performances. So our best superhero, sci-fi, fantasy, TV performances of the year.
Yes.
My number 3 goes to Miss Carla Gugino for Fall of the House of Usher. She played a different character every episode and sold it every time.
And I had the same one.
Fantastic.
I had the same one. She also, just shout out to her, having a smoking hot rockin' bod, and she's in her 50s.
Ooh, she looks so good. She
And,
she's always been one of the most beautiful.
Yeah. And I do
I've ever
feel
seen.
the whole show stems on you believing her as this evil being. And she just nails it. Like, if this was not played correctly, the whole show would have just fallen apart.
And not only believing her as this, but being on her side for some reason. Even though she is, quote unquote, the villain, the quote unquote protagonists are so despicable that you're rooting for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
My number 2 is a tie. But it goes to Murray Bartlett and Nick Offerman for their episode 3 of The Last of Us.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
A wonderful, self-contained gay story.
Okay. I will say I only did one. I only listed one for these, so that was all I had. But
okay.
that was amazing performances.
And I guess I know who your number 1 is because it's probably mine.
No, mine is Carla. Like, I only listed one.
Oh, it is Carla.
Yeah, I only listed
my number
one.
one
Sorry.
is...
I forgot that you were doing 3. I had 1.
Oh, well,
Who's
then
your
let's
number
celebrate. 1? It's Ke Huy Quan for Loki.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he was great. Yes.
He was great.
Yes.
The show wasn't great, but he was great.
I think because I did not like the show as much, that counted points against him.
Oh, well, speaking of not liking
but he
shows...
was amazing. He was amazing.
He was amazing. Do you want to talk about our worst superhero, fantasy, and sci-fi TV shows of the year?
I only listed 1. Did you do 3?
And I did 3. I mean, but it's like 3. We didn't even talk about them. Gotham Knights, which I saw like 2 episodes of. Oh my God.
Didn't even
what
watch
trash.
It. Okay.
CW, like, C-list Gotham characters, awful. And then I can't believe you and I never talked about this show, Velma. And like,
oh yeah, I watched it, and
it was just nothing.
I don't think I watched like the last 2 episodes. It just did not make any sense. It was, and this is the problem with Mindy Kaling. It's like you can write an Indian female character that is not reprehensible. Because I also watched The College Life. Well, never have I ever. I also watched The College Life of the Sex Life of Teenage or the Sex Life of College Girls. It's the same. Like the Indian female character is horrible. It ends with everyone being like, "We're not speaking to you anymore because you're a horrible human being." Like
which is a big part of Never Have I Ever too.
Which is the same thing, and it's the same thing with Velma. Making Velma so unlikable.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. And then making her and Daphne have a relationship made no sense.
Yeah.
It just was, and then how some stuff was Scooby-Doo and then some stuff wasn't Scooby-Doo made no sense. I didn't get it.
No.
It was bad.
But we really didn't get what I'm sure is our.
It has to be our same
worst.
number 1. Yeah.
I mean, it's Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. Right? I put that as the only one because I'm like, that would be my number 3, Secret Invasion.
It was so offensive.
Number 2, Secret Invasion. Number 1, Secret Invasion. Just so shit the bed every single. It was like they made the wrong choice every single moment.
It was as if nobody knew how to tell a story that worked on that show.
Yeah.
In a number of ways.
Nobody understood what creating suspense meant.
There was nothing, no reveals.
No reveals. Here's a show where there's Skrulls, where famous superhero characters might be Skrulls, and not one dramatic reveal that you were a Skrull the whole time. Not once.
Not once. And when they did reveal them, they did them so anti-dramatic.
Exactly.
Just like, here you go. Here, by the way, he's a Skrull. And they cheapened existing relationships, i.e. Tony Stark and James Rhodes in Endgame, if we're to think that that was a Skrull.
Yeah.
They killed Maria Hill for no fucking reason. Only so that it did something. All of it was trash. The end was trash. Every character sucked. How are you going to have Olivia Colman and just, meh, who cares?
She was the most interesting thing in the whole goddamn show.
But her character made no sense also.
It didn't. No. Nothing made sense.
Nothing made sense. It was horrible. It didn't feel like Nick Fury even. It was just so bad.
Like, I still remember when, what's the Super Skrull, the Game of Thrones lady?
Yeah, Emilia Clarke.
Her character shows up to Samuel Jackson's wife, her Skrull character. And I just remember her being like, yes, I'm just here. I broke the rules and I'm waiting for them to come kill me. And then it's like, we're here. And she's like, oh no, they're here. And I'm like, you just said 10 minutes ago that you knew they were coming. And now you were like, oh, what do we do? I'm like, huh? Nothing made sense.
No, nothing.
It was awful. It was embarrassment. And I honestly I hope that was the main thing where they were like, we need to get our shit together. We need to make TV shows that are actually
That was
good.
their come to Jesus. Yeah. That and I guess the dailies of Daredevil or whatever. The early drafts.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, that was it for TV. Let's broaden the screen and talk about movies.
All right.
Our best.
I do have a top 3 of best movies.
Okay.
My number 3 is the Barbie movie.
Oh my God, girl. My number 3 is a tie. It is the tie of the dolls. It is Barbie and Megan tied for third.
Okay. That's in a tie for first. Wait, so you had Barbie and Megan?
Tied.
Okay. I guess, the doll. Oh, that makes sense. That does make sense. I still put Megan at number 1 because okay, calm down. It just touched me. So it touched me in a good place.
Show me on the doll where it touched you.
But okay, so my number 2.
Okay.
Is Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, nice. Good call.
Dungeons and Dragons was so fucking good. So fucking smart. So, I mean, just so good. It had no business of being that good. Also, because I assumed it was going to be garbage. And then I watched it. I'm like, what is happening? Why is this funny? Oh my God, it's smart. Wait, why are the action scenes good? Why does this look great?
Why is Chris Pine making me smile?
Yeah, it just hit the nail on the head the whole way.
That's great.
And my number 1, I had to have Megan in there. But Megan tied with, of course, Into the Spider-Verse.
Across.
Was it Across the Spider-Verse? Yeah. Under the Spider-Verse. Yep. Aboard the Spider-Verse.
Yep. Yes.
Upon the Spider-Verse.
Correct. Sitting in the corner of the spider. So my number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I absolutely adored. I did not expect the emotional depth that James Gunn hit us with in that movie. It was joyful. It was a wonderful ending for those characters. And my number 1 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, because I think that's the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
Yeah,
maybe?
Yeah. I mean, that trilogy is going to go down as like the best of all Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Best superhero, fantasy, sci-fi movie performance.
I have my number 2 is it's a cast. I'm just giving out to the entire cast of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, fun. Even Michelle Rodriguez.
She was fine too, but she was playing like a gruff. What do you have against Michelle Rodriguez?
I don't know. I think she was talking shit about the MCU, and she was like, Jesus Christ, enough already with those movies. Do you really think we need that many? And I'm like,
says the woman in Fast and the Furious. Shut the fuck up. She's just bitter. She wanted to be She-Hulk, and she's bitter about it.
No. Oh, Anna Lucia.
But do you have a top 3?
I have a top 3.
Okay.
My number 3 is a tie, and you're going to be like, who are they? But it's Yuri Lowenthal and Najee Jeter. Who are they? I'm glad you asked. They do the voices of Peter Parker and Miles Morales, respectively, in the Spider-Man 2 PS5 video game.
Oh my God.
And they were incredible.
Shut the fuck up.
They were so good. I hear their voices in my head always.
Okay. Who do you have for your number 2?
Iman Vellani for the Marvels.
Okay.
I thought she was delightful. I thought she carried that. She did a lot of heavy lifting in that movie.
You know what? I was contemplating them, and in the end, Marvels was fun. I did not hate the Marvels at all, but it just wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
I
fun.
felt for me, it was not worthy enough to be in my top. I'm sorry.
It was not, yes. But I thought her performance, though, did shine.
Yeah. And best performance for me, hands down, number 1 for me, of course, is Megan. Sorry. I put Megan. She ate. Her dancing and then murdering people is just, there's nothing better.
She's going to come up later for me also.
Okay.
But for now, my number 1 is Ryan Gosling as Ken in Barbie.
Oh, you know what? That was really good too. That should be in my top as well. I'll put him in.
Down.
He'll be my number 3. That was great.
That's hands down the best.
He was great
for sure.
I'm Knuff. I'm seeing those Knuff hoodies are everywhere right now.
Everywhere. Do you think there's a world where Ryan Gosling takes the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor away from Charles Melton?
I don't. Do you think he's going to get nominated?
Yes, I absolutely do.
I don't think anything from Barbie will win. I think people when something's that big of a blockbuster and it's divisive with the whole politics of it, I don't think it's going to win anything.
It might win like production design or art direction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That it will win, but for acting stuff, I think there's too many.
Yeah,
there's too much backlash. Right now, I think Charles Melton, or maybe possibly, I saw The Holdovers, and the kid in The Holdovers is really good.
Oh, okay.
That movie's really good. It's also really sad, but okay.
What about movies that aren't good?
Okay.
Like our worst of the year.
Shit. Oh no! I mean, I can. You know mine. I feel like you know mine. I feel like I've been very vocal this whole year.
Quantumania.
Yeah. Worst. Is that yours?
No, mine's The Flash.
Oh, yeah. No, I like The Flash better than Quantumania. The Flash, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this. The Flash
had a good beginning.
The Flash at least had me entertained. I was not bored.
Yeah.
There's parts where I'm like, this is not good. This is stupid. But I was not bored. Quantumania was boring, stupid, trying to be funny, but not funny, and terrible special effects, and also completely broke away from what Ant-Man was supposed to be. And also, Michelle Pfeiffer made no sense.
Would you shut up? I'm trying to think.
They're like, what's happening? We're about to die. Where are we? Shut up. I'm trying to think.
Not now.
People are coming to kill us. What do we do? Are they on our side or not?
Stop asking me so many questions.
How do I fly this plane? Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to think.
Shut the fuck up.
I could not with her. Ugh.
Awful.
Terrible. And then
Terrible.
MODOK.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. Who was in charge of the VFX for MODOK? It looked so bad.
Yeah.
That is the worst. Maybe we need to have.
That was so.
Like worse CGI. Like a worse CGI.
Quantumania.
It was so bad.
I mean, it's really that, like, to me was one of the most important things of 2023 was Marvel realizing, like, it hit rock bottom. You gave us Quantumania and Secret Invasion, and that's just not okay.
Yeah. It's bad. And it wasn't Quantumania starting off Phase 5? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This started off with a
tone setter.
With a
thud. A fart.
All right.
Do you want to talk about the comic books? I mean, that's why you and I do a show.
Yes. Let's start talking about the comic books.
The comic books. All right. So, do we want to talk about our best comic book character?
Do we want to do? Are we doing worst last, or should we do worst first?
do we do worst comic book character?
No, I think it's just worst comic book.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, you know mine too. I've made enough jokes about it.
Is it Marauders?
No, there's something worse than that, I feel.
What?
It's Children of the Vault.
Oh my God. That was your worst?
Yes. I hate it. Marauders is definitely up there. I think Marauders could make a big, but Children of Vault, Marauders, at least did something that then is like, oh, this could be used for later. We could pull things from this for later. Literally nothing that happened in Children of Vault made any difference. There was no reason for it. There was no reason for it to even exist.
Correct. Which is why I gave mine to Realm of X.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible too. I hated that as well. It was awful. Stupid.
I also have call out worst is, I'm so sorry, Al Ewing, is Avengers Inc., the Janet Van Dyne detective
I
book.
couldn't get, I didn't even finish the second one.
Solely because of her outfits. They never got better. They kept getting worse.
Was Marauders where they went into the past a billion years ago? Was that this year?
Yeah.
You know what? Now that you're starting to bring that up, it's like I'm getting icky feel. That's a tie. Tie. I'm changing my. I'm pulling it out of the ballot. I'm putting Marauders and Children of the Vault both. That was an abortion of a comic too. It was terrible.
Yeah. Jesus.
All right, let's talk about what we did like.
What we did like.
What are we starting
talk
with?
About? Let's do our best comic moment.
Okay. I couldn't narrow it down to one.
Oh my God. I have so many. I've got 6.
Okay. I have 4. So you give me your 6 and 5.
I have 3. I have 3 TV and movie, and I have 3 comic. All right. So my number 6.
You know what? Oh, I only did comic book. I only did comic book things.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Well, then I'll just go through the moments from TV and movies.
Okay.
The Hank McCoy cameo in the Marvels.
Oh, yeah. That would be in mine, of course.
Grant Morrison appearing on Titans.
That was great too. That was great.
And Groot saying, "I love you guys."
That was great too.
Yeah.
That was that was really good. And because it was the one where like, oh, we can now understand him.
He let us in.
Yes. All right. So these are my top 4 moments of the comic books. Sorry. One of mine is is this? When did Ms. Marvel premiere? The TV show.
Oh, that's old.
That was last year. Okay, I have her as a mutant. That's old. Never mind. For some reason, I thought that happened this year. I'm wrong. Okay, my number 3. So I only have a top 3. My number 3, Kitty Pryde's Dark Turn.
Ooh, yes.
Kitty Pryde fucking turning into a murdering ninja is what I needed. It's what I wanted. Seeing her use her powers to murder and kill and be evil.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say evil because it was all justified, but loved it.
After falling through a gate too, which the whole thing was chaotic.
Yes.
It was incredible. My number 3 is when Krakoa swallows Doug in Immortal. Because that shit was out of nowhere, and that is wild, and we still don't know where the fuck he is.
Mm-hmm. He's probably with Sinister. Because Sinister's still down there, too.
We'll see.
My number 2 is Emma Frost and Tony Stark get married.
Yay. Amazing.
I mean, I've been reading where I read my comics. There's a whole litany of like people fighting in comment sections afterwards.
Yeah.
And people are like, this is bullshit. This is just an X-Men comic. Fuck this. Fuck Emma Frost. But if these many episodes in, people are like, is it just me? Or like, they really are like a good couple. Wait, do I want them to like stay? Like, everyone's kind of like, I think this needs to stick. And I'm really scared they're not going to make it stick. I think they need to fall in love and stay together. Because they belong together.
So obviously, you know, we're taking this week to do this best of episode, so we're not talking about Alpha Flight 5 and Invincible Iron Man number 13.
Yes.
But I do want to just take a moment and say the page of Tony and Emma just ice skating at Rockefeller Center.
Yeah, they didn't need to do that because it was specifically they got Skrulls to pretend they were them and they went and kissed at Rockefeller Center. So they did not have to do that. And they still went and did it. The what?
The moment where she says, my father ruined everything he touched, including my mother. And Tony was like, yeah, that doesn't ring a bell. Like the fact that they both had these asshole abusive fathers that helped shape so much of their existence is not a connection I ever made until they said it.
And Tony Stark keeps saying things where they're like, oh, it's just a fake marriage. He's like, yeah, whatever. Like you can tell he's aware that he's feeling something. But Emma Frost is still not making it known if she is being swayed at all. And I think they're saving it for when he gives her that. Does she know he has the book with the five, the cuckoos?
I'm not sure. I don't think she does know he took it.
I think when he gives that to her, I think she's going to fucking be drenched. She's going to be like, come into the bedroom, bitch.
Also, really quick, since we're talking about it, Alpha Flight number 5, great ending. Great issue.
Although I'm really sad that one character got killed.
Me
so I'm hoping
too.
he gets resurrected.
Me too.
Argent.
And then X-Men 29, whatever, Doom's mutants, okay. I'm convinced, though, that woman with the 4 arms is going to be on a team at some point.
I don't care about any of them.
Me too.
All right. That being said, what did you give your number 2?
My number 2 moment is the Black Emma Frost, Black Sebastian Shaw panel in Bishop War College, where Bishop shows them a vision of his world, and Black Sebastian Shaw turns to Black Emma Frost and goes, "Girl, you were white." It was my favorite panel of the year. Not my number 1, but my number 2.
I'm surprised you don't have Emma and Tony getting married.
I do.
Is it number 1?
My heart.
Oh, okay.
No, my number 1 is just the moment that my number 1 is like, I read it and I was like, this is so fucking intense. This is so fucking good. This is so creative. I fucking love this.
Oh my God, what is it? I feel mine's like an obvious one that I'm surprised you haven't listed either.
When Jean Grey recruited Firestar in her death.
Oh, that was fun. I still think maybe Mystique being Kurt's dad and Destiny being the mom, that is my best moment. That is the big reveal for me.
I know. See, I knew I wanted to spread the moments, so I didn't pick ones I was hoping you would pick.
Okay. All right. What are we on to next?
That brings us to our best comic book. Oh no, let's do best comic character.
Okay, mine is very similar because mine is Uncanny Spider-Man.
Oh, fun.
I think it's just such a great entry into the Spider-Verse. Fits perfectly. And having such big moments, such as finding out that Mystique is his dad.
Yeah.
This is becoming a very important book, and I love it.
Yeah, I agree. Mine is Emma Frost because she married Iron Man.
You know what? It's just we've had Emma Frost so many times. I have to also spread the love throughout the years. I can't because honestly, we would like be giving it to her every year for Christ's sakes.
Ooh, well, what about who was her best new character? This is something we haven't prepared, but maybe on the fly we can think of our favorite new character. Mine.
Oh God,
would be Ironfire.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were gonna say, what's his name? Fucking
what?
Was it Kafka? What's the one? The kid with the?
Oh, I love Kafka. I love Kafka.
No, I would say Ironfire. I would agree with Ironfire though.
Yeah. Because he's an angry little faggot with muscles.
Or no, actually, I really like Mother Righteous as well.
She's my worst.
Why?
If we did worst character, I hate Mother Righteous. I just don't like her.
But you don't think she's a fun foil?
No.
Oh shit.
I think I'm just sick of her.
When she's gonna get her comeuppance, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah. I just need it to happen already.
All right.
Like her like Jolly G. Joe Cockney bullshit. Like, I'm just like, shut up.
Wow. All right.
Best comic book.
Best, is this the last one?
Well, we do Entertainer of the Year.
Oh, okay.
also.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Best comic book. Well, mine is really boring. But God, what's your number 3?
Alpha Flight.
Okay, I have Invincible Iron Man.
I love it.
What's your number 2?
X-Men Red.
Oh, you know what? Fuck, I didn't put X-Men Red in all of this. Ah, fuck. Now I'm like questioning everything. I just put X-Men, regular X-Men.
Okay.
And what's your number 1?
Same as yours.
Immortal
X-Men.
Immortal X-Men. Honestly, but Immortal X-Men, Invincible Iron Man, and X-Men Red, I feel it's just all telling the same. X-Men Red is a bit separated, but it's all leading up to the same story. And I just love that whole story.
Yeah. But Immortal in particular, just the way that book is delivered, I will cite the art is gorgeous. I think it's Lucas Wernick still doing it. And it's just, to me, Immortal represents the best of the X-Men. It represents everything we love. The drama, the relationships, the stakes, like the twists.
Sorry.
All of it.
Sorry, my phone was ringing.
Oh.
People just can't get enough of me.
I know the feeling. People also... So congratulations, Immortal X-Men. Let's give a round of applause to our favorite comic book of the year. Really great. Let's talk about our Entertainer of the Year.
Entertainer of the Year, I have a tie.
Okay.
And mine, I'm taking it out of all of what we were talking about. I'm not going into the world of TV. I'm not going into the world of movies. I'm not going to the world of comics. I feel the thing that most people talked about, and the most things, and I think it's two people have become billionaires through what they've done this year, and it is through their concerts. I'm talking about the 2 biggest concerts in the world right now. And so I'm giving Entertainer of the Year to Taylor Swift and Beyonce.
Oh my God. So smart. You are correct.
These people, I mean, literally, it's changing people's lives. People are going to see these concerts, having these epic experiences. These people are raking in the money, becoming billionaires. And they're basically, Taylor Swift is also being like, hey, do you want to, like, if you sign up for this thing and this, just sign up to vote. And if you register to vote, I'll give you these things. She's getting hundreds of thousands of people to register vote as Democrats. Yeah. What?
And she's anti-Trump, which is great.
Yeah. It's like, is she going to save democracy?
She's going to do a big part.
And Beyonce, just like, I mean, who would have thought? I kind of wrote off Beyonce. I was just not really into her music the last few albums. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to make an album for the gays and then do a whole crazy concert on it. I'm going to come out in a disco outfit on a glitter horse. What?
Yep.
Yeah, I have to give it to them. They're smart, savvy businesswomen are running the world.
I have to completely agree with you. My Entertainers of the Year was another tie. And again, my theme is dolls. Thank you, Ryan Gosling and Megan, for being our 2 pop culture icons of the year.
Yes. Things that are going to be talking about for years to come.
That's right. Wow. What a whirlwind. Really, really, it was a good year for us in terms of being gays who are into comics,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What did you think were some of the best things? EvilJeff and I have read every single comic book and seen every TV show and movie, so we know what the best are, but what were yours? What did you think we overlooked in this year's Best of Awards? Let us know.
Yeah.
Write to us.
Yeah, because there's something we know about all of you. We know that if you're listening to this, we know that you read comics. And know what else we know about you? We know that if you read those comics, then that makes you queer.
See you next year.
Bye.